Welcome back to the Circuspreneur podcast. I'm your host, Shenea Stiletto. Thank you everyone for tuning in. My special guest for today is Chekesha Van Putten.
Hi, Shenea. So good to see you.
So good to see you too. I'm so happy to finally have you on the podcast. It feels like I've wanted you on the podcast for a long time, and I'm glad that we finally found the time to do it during our very busy schedules. You're super busy, running Castango.
Yes.
And all of the other things that you do, which we're going to get into that in a little bit. But I'm so grateful to the Space LV for providing the podcast studio for this episode today. And
That's awesome.
when I was thinking about a guest to be here, I was like, oh, it's definitely got to be Chekesha.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think we've been here to the space together before. So,
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is a phenomenal space, and I'm just grateful that you have me on the podcast today. I'm very excited to be a guest and to sit here with you.
Yeah, well, I'm really grateful, again, too, for the work that the space does.
Yeah.
I love Monday's Dark.
So good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
They bring the community together. They raise so much money.
So much money
So
for
much
so
money.
many organizations. It's really, really remarkable.
Yeah.
What Mark is doing is just, I'm so impressed. And
Yeah.
I've had the fortune of attending several Monday's Darks. And
Yes.
yeah, it's great.
Yeah, so folks, if you have not attended a Monday's Dark, which if you are a Las Vegas local, I don't see how that's possible.
Right.
Yeah, I to not have come. But if you would also like to donate any of your talents to a Monday's Dark, that is something that you can do, and you can contact the Space LV directly to be able to do that. We've seen everyone from the Strip has been here.
So many. And
Singing, performing.
Yeah, performing. And they help so many organizations. I think that's the thing that is so inspiring is
Yes.
seeing all of the wonderful nonprofits really be able to raise much needed funds. I've had the fortune of working with Monday's Dark through some nonprofit work that I've done with the Junior League of Las Vegas, and we were one of the recipients years back. But to see if you see the long list of the nonprofits that they've helped support, it's really, really amazing because so many of these nonprofits need the help, need the support.
Yes.
And they're there with wonderful entertainers and artists helping to raise the money. So we're grateful.
Yes. That's a beautiful, beautiful, I think, overview of the good work of the space. We're going to be, discussing a bit about your phenomenal career today, Chekesha, and I want to let viewers know a bit about you to start. I'm not going to go into a long-winded bio, folks, as I do sometimes on the podcast, but Chekesha is the founder and CEO of Castango.com. She is an award-winning SAG-AFTRA actress, and she is also on the board of the local SAG-AFTRA chapter here in Las Vegas, correct?
Yep.
And she has been a member of the Screen Actors Guild for 20 years. She is also a former Los Angeles Laker girl, a championship dancer and spokesmodel. She's also a SCORE Institute for Entrepreneurs graduate, and she was the past president of the Junior League of Las Vegas. There's so much to interview you about, and we met actually through the Ace Chamber.
Yes, we did.
A couple of years ago now.
Yeah. It was great. I mean, I think they were doing a workshop on, a legal workshop of some sort.
Yes.
And I really went to just learn more about what the Ace Chamber was doing. And really, I'm at a place in my life that I really want to give back more to my fellow artists and my community. And it was a great workshop, and I had the opportunity to meet you, and now we're working together on the board.
Yes. Now we are on the board, and the Ace Chamber is the Arts, Creative, and Entertainment Chamber.
Yes.
And it is the first of its kind chamber in Nevada, which, again, I know it's startling everybody because really, the first, Arts, Creative, and Entertainment Chamber, there wasn't 50 of these before.
I know.
But
it's needed. It's
very
much needed.
It's very
Our
much
community
needed.
is.
Yes.
I always say it's we are the entertainment capital of the world. We have so many incredible artists. I'm originally from Los Angeles, California, and I thought that was the epicenter of all talent. And then I moved to Las Vegas, and I was like, wow, look at all of these amazing performing artists beyond just actors. You have wonderful, acrobats and cirque performers and singers and dancers, and the gamut is really like so large that I was just really blown away when I moved here.
Mm-hmm.
I felt very much at home. I was like, these are my people.
Right.
I love this.
Right. It's like even more, like there's even more entertainment love to go around here. And we're also on the board of, we are also part of the advocacy committee for the Ace Chamber.
Yes.
Which is also something that I wanted to add because we're in addition to being on the board.
Yes.
Advocacy is so important. And when we met, you were saying, I've done so much with Castango. I've done so much with building my business as an entrepreneur, womanpreneur, circuspreneur, all the things, because you rep a lot of talent, and so I love the fact that you were like, and I also too want to continue to give back in terms of advocacy, which I feel like you were already doing that before with your, with all of your work, especially like with the Junior League, and you were just speaking about this space, coming and working with them and partnering with other nonprofits. So I feel like, again, that's a testament to the work that you were doing previously, but it is wonderful to see, I think, very successful entrepreneurs like yourself that have been big in entertainment, that have been performers, that have been actors, that have also helped folks get work, which is what you've done through Castango, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. But then also too looking at the need that's even deeper than that, because you're even going like beyond getting somebody the gig, you're like, there's so many underlying causes,
for sure,
that can also to prevent you from even getting to that stage. How can we amplify you not only on Castango but also to amplify you in other ways and get you more rights?
Exactly. Especially in this day and age where so much is changing in the world with technology and AI, and really, knowing where we stand as artists in this space and being confident and being equipped with the tools, the resources, and the protections that we need to be successful. So that's always been my mission. When I started Castango, I was very passionate about empowering talent to really take control of their career and to understand all aspects of their career, whether it's not just showing up and doing a good job as an actor, but understanding your contracts, understanding your rights, understanding really, the resources that are available for you in your community to really be successful. So I think that was like a little bit of a missing link, that many celebrities, they have managers and people like that help them. But when you come to really work with like those freelance independent artists, they're the ones that really, need those tools to be successful. Right. So, I launched Castango. Wow, it's been 9 years ago that I launched our platform. I had another platform before that, Trade Show Casting. It's been over 10 years in total of working in the technology space as an entrepreneur. And it's just really been a really incredible journey. I've loved being behind the scenes to an extent of being able to empower talent after being in front of the camera for so long.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, and you bring so much experience to that too. And I think, I love when I see performers and artists and actors become more entrepreneurial in other spaces too. Right. Which is like, you don't always see that. Sometimes people just stay actor.
True.
Right? Or they just stay an artist.
Which is okay.
Which is great. Which is fine. I mean, like who's doing well? Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman. There's several people doing well. Brad Pitt. But I also think that it's really amazing when you can take that experience, like when you've been on stage.
Yes.
Right? You've been on stage, you've been behind the cameras, and sometimes you actually even end up in your own work. Like there's castings that you end up doing yourself still.
You put yourself
as an actor.
If it works. And I think it works. Yeah. And I think that really, truly, I think we're in such a great time because I think the world can see that artists are multidimensional.
Yes.
We're not just, actors, which they're fine. There are people that just act. But a lot of these people that we just named, they also own production companies. They also own their own brands. I mean, you see so many celebrities now, so many actors. I look at like Gwyneth Paltrow with her Goop podcast that I listen to.
Yes, me too.
It's so good. And she has her own label and her own brand. And, a food business that's like going bonkers. And also Reese Witherspoon has a brand, Hello Sunshine. Like so many of these actors and actors, Beyonce with her hair care line and so many products and brands that she endorses.
I love Sacred.
Sacred's so good.
I use it. I use the hair oil.
I know.
Yeah,
it's good.
and it smells really good.
Yeah. So many performers are doing so many incredible things beyond just acting. And I think that it's inspiring, and it's something that I wanted to do. I didn't, I went to college and I got my degree in communications and film, and I knew I wanted to be a part of the entertainment ecosystem, but I didn't really know exactly, where it would take me. I had no idea that it would take me into the world of tech and becoming a tech founder.
Wow. And that's what you consider yourself, because when people think of Castango.com, they don't necessarily think a tech founder.
Right.
So can you describe what that means for you? Because people will think, okay, entrepreneur, someone that's doing a casting platform,
Yes.
but not necessarily from a tech informed background, but that's what that is. Please,
Yes.
I would love to understand more about that.
A tech founder.
Yeah, tech
and
founder.
This is actually ironic because when I started my business, I thought I was just building a website, right? Which now people are building websites a lot more than they were back then. And we're talking now over 10 years ago, and apps and everything else.
Yeah.
But I built a website, and I knew that I wanted it to help talent. I knew I wanted it to provide job opportunities. A little bit about Castango. Castango is an on-demand job marketplace that connects companies and agencies with talent nationwide. We've streamlined the casting process so that companies can find talent online on demand without having to wait for a middleman to do the transactions. So it's really been at the time, it was a revolutionary concept. And technology really is what really inspired me, because I saw that technology could streamline processes that were otherwise brick and mortar. So a tech founder essentially is somebody that creates a business that is technology based. I didn't at all consider myself a tech founder. I was just a girl that was building a website, and it was going to provide jobs. And it was literally through some of my friends in Silicon Valley that were like, you are a founder, you are a tech founder, and provided me with some information and some resources to really be able to learn more about what that involved and what that entailed. And from there, I just started growing and started learning and did everything that I could to learn about tech. It wasn't my specialty, but I partnered with some really incredible people who had a lot of experience in technology and helped me step by step, play by play, build my platform. I also participated in the SCORE Institute for Entrepreneurs. I don't know if you're at all familiar with SCORE.
Love to learn a little bit about SCORE.
Yeah, SCORE is a wonderful nonprofit for business owners, people who are starting businesses, and they provide really free resources to people like myself who were just starting on their entrepreneurial journey. And I learned everything about how to, create a business plan, how to market my business, how to pitch my business, how to, raise capital if it's necessary to raise capital.
Wow.
So
did you have investors when you started for Castango, or was this kind of like self-funded and then you pivoted to getting funding?
Yeah, I started, I have two angel investors, which are still with me to this day.
10 years later.
10 years later, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. I have never raised like venture capital or anything like that because of the nature of the business that I'm in right now. Not to say that I would never in the future.
Right.
But I was really fortunate to have two incredible angel investors who believed in my vision and believed in what it was that I was doing to help me get my business off the ground. Wow. And in partnership with the SCORE Institute for Entrepreneurs, I was able to really, build out a solid business plan that allowed me to have the tools and everything that I needed to be able to launch.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a great program.
And it's great. And there's so many, this was years ago, but there's so many incredible entrepreneurs for women in this day and age. Female founders particularly. I've learned so much over the years just about being a founder. Unfortunately, there's not as much funding for female founders as there are men. So there have been some challenges in the process of growing a business, but I've been very fortunate to continue to grow year over year. And, we have something like over 200,000 talent members on our platform now.
Wow.
And
that's
we
incredible.
Have a variety of, we have clients. We've worked with Forbes Travel Guide. We've worked with the Marriott Hotels, Yum Brands, the state of Nevada, just so many wonderful companies. And I'm really grateful for the opportunities that I've had to serve our clients and to help provide job opportunities for all of these talent.
Yes.
Nationwide. We're not just based here in Nevada either. We're across the country.
And what would speaking to that artist that wants to come onto Castango, and from which backgrounds? I mean, you serve specialty artists, magicians, singers, actors. So it's not just one type of talent that you're supporting.
Yeah, no. When I first started my first business here in Nevada, I launched a company called Trade Show Casting. And it was based off of the concept of having so many trade shows here in Nevada and talent that were working the booth, whether it was a brand ambassador, a promotional model, a spokesmodel, a presenter. There's really like a long list of types of talent that attend trade shows and support these exhibitors. But then I, of course, with my background in television and film, having been in TV and film for so many years, I expanded to further go into print campaigns. We do a lot of e-learning videos, some commercials, things of that nature. Now it's even with social media and content creation. We have a lot of social media and content creator talent on our platform. So the world is changing.
Yes.
It's evolving.
And you're keeping up with it with Castango, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the importance of evolving with the times.
Yes.
And that's a great thing for artists, I think, to remember as well. And what would you say for artists right now is, I think, the most important thing with things changing. Things changed so much during the pandemic because of the pandemic. And there's different pressures now, I think, in terms of getting out there in the workforce, getting into SAG. I'd love to speak a little bit about that too. Your perspective of being on the board, and what that means for local talent here that's looking, especially in Las Vegas, seeking to get into the union or, again, trying to exist in a new world, a new age.
I think, to touch on that, it's so important because, and as you know, you do so many things yourself as
too many. Too many.
Not too many. I feel like we're living in an age that really looking beyond your one talent and seeing how you can cross over and do different things.
Right.
Like you're not just, an acrobat and an artist. And that way you also do TV and film, you do stunt work, you do now running for office.
Yes.
I mean,
doing a podcast.
Yeah. So it's like, I think we're in a time of, I'm not saying being a jack of all trades, but definitely look beyond the one thing that you do to see in what other ways can you monetize your skills and your talent.
That's a great word.
I just really think that,
monetize.
We're not in a time where people just are doing one thing.
No.
And we're seeing it so clearly through all of this, content creation. And you see people online who are educators and they're also content creators and they're chefs and they're dancers and they're artists and they do all these things. Now is the time to bring all of that to life.
Yes.
I know that when I was younger, I used to feel like, oh my God, am I an actress or am I a dancer? Or am I, I'm going to school. Am I going to be a filmmaker? You don't really have to decide one thing.
Yeah, you don't have to choose anymore.
You don't have to choose anymore. You can do multiple things or be good at multiple things.
You are.
And really utilizing those skills to continue to grow in your professional life. And for me, it was entrepreneurialism. I knew that was it. And you really, you start figuring out where your life may take you by continuing to try new things and to do new things and to utilize your skills and also give back some of those skills. That's when you really can see where you're needed in the world.
Right.
I knew that the talent that I was serving, freelance artists like we both are, that we needed support. We needed more accessibility, more opportunity, more funding, more jobs, more resources, more visibility.
Yes.
And I know I've kind of segued from your original question,
You're fine.
but I think these are just important things that I've always put first in my business and really is what inspired me to create this job and this business that I have. Is really being able to advocate and to support fellow artists and ensuring that they have everything that they need to be successful, whether it's just a resource or whether it's, a job opportunity.
It's like everything in between. And that's why I started the Circuspreneur podcast, because I also felt I've been in this industry for a long time, but I always get asked so many questions by folks that are trying to get in the business or want to be or have been in and are confused. And sometimes there can be a little bit of gatekeeping in entertainment where you just don't know who you don't know or what you don't know. And it could be right there. And if you have worked as long as we have, you become resourceful almost by default. It's not even like being hierarchical, I think. It's just about you being and having to figure things out on your own. And I think that teaches you so much. So where do you see, we're winding down to probably like the last around like 13 minutes or so of the podcast, Chekesha. So I do want to get into your work in the junior league too. But where
and
do
I do
you
have
see,
to come back to SAG-AFTRA. I didn't
SAG-AFTRA,
finish that part.
we can dip into that too. So where do you see yourself taking Castango? Where is the biggest need in the industry right now? Not just in Las Vegas, but also nationwide, because Castango, serves many demographics. So that's kind of like a two-part question with SAG, and then what is the biggest need, and then how are you going to support that through Castango? And then we're going to round it out with the junior league.
Okay. Yes. Awesome. We'll talk about giving back in a minute. But I think right now the greatest need is it's the same need year over year, which is opportunity. I mean, access to opportunity is always, where we lie. So building those new job opportunities for our talent is always, the front line. But we're also in very different times now with AI, and there are a lot of concerns in our industry about will there even be a need for talent in the future? It's really hit the entertainment industry hard, the television and film industry. I do feel that live events, even post-COVID, are still very much utilizing live talent for promotional events and so forth. I have an event coming up this week locally here, but it really is, we're in different times now. And I think part of the reason that I have stayed a union member for so long with the SAG-AFTRA.
Same.
Now we're both union members. And the importance of a union is not only the solidarity of, working together to make sure that you have, health insurance and a pension and so forth, but really in times like these with AI becoming such a threat to entertainers is to make sure that you have the protections and the negotiations that are there to ensure that your likeness is not being misused in any way. We all know AI is a part of the future. I'm not at all saying that AI is bad, across the board. I'm just saying that there needs to be some safety measures put in place and some awareness about what that looks like. And when it comes to actors, it's like I say, an actor's likeness can never, the humanity of an actor, their performance can never truly be duplicated. But it needs to be closely examined. And I think that SAG-AFTRA is doing a phenomenal job right now of ensuring that we have what we need to fight the fight and make sure that everything is being done legally and with consent and
calling spaces out that are maybe taking advantage in certain ways and saying this isn't okay, right? Like this is not going to be the only future in terms of how we're going to lead the market and lead the industry, or else I think it could get out of hand.
It could. So I think in some ways AI has simplified a lot of things, but it's definitely something that, having a union supporting you is wonderful. I've been in the union for so long. It's been wonderful to be on the board and to provide resources. I'm the chair of our conservatory committee, Nevada Local Conservatory. So we've had the fortune of doing some really great conservatories. We've had casting directors come in. We've had stunt specialists come in from New York City to work with some artists.
Local directors,
independent filmmakers who've spoken to us on a variety of things. So it's really great to be able to pour back into the talent community in the way that I have had many, many teachers and mentors and other producers and directors pour into me. So yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And I really feel like that, like love as well, of wanting to give that back.
Yeah.
So much was given, and
Yeah.
then I think so much can be returned. And I think it's important to never forget that.
Right.
No matter where you go, no matter what kind of opportunities you get, just know like giving that back is going to be invaluable
Absolutely.
for someone else, especially in the arts and entertainment community. Like you said, we can sometimes be at such a disadvantage in this environment. Folks can feel very lost. They can feel like maybe I'm not going to get the biggest agent, or I'm not going to get the biggest access.
Right.
How do I do that? Through somebody that will open the door for me.
Yes.
And you do that. You are a phenomenal advocate, a phenomenal voice for women, for artists, for startups, for entrepreneurs, and then also too, again, giving back. So we will wind it down. Our last like 5 minutes or so was speaking about your work with the Junior League. For those that are unfamiliar with the Junior League, tell us a bit about your work, Chekesha.
Great. Yeah. Well, the Junior League of Las Vegas is a nonprofit organization, and it has two separate missions, really. On one side, it is to help to develop women leaders in our community, and the other side is to actually do volunteerism and make community impact in our community. And we've been around for 80 years.
Wow.
I've been a member for, I'm going on my 10th year.
Wow.
So
you're so involved. That's what I love about her. That's what I love about you. You're so involved, and you stay involved. Sometimes people like pick and choose, like, oh, I was there for like a year or so, but you're like a decade.
Yeah,
like really making an impact and seeing something grow and tending to it.
Yes.
Because that's what it takes. Sometimes people talk about advocacy and they're like, it's just so hard. And it takes so long to get anything done. Like, we don't want to do it. Now I'm running for office, and they're like, oh, and that's hard too. But it's like, but that's what it takes. I tell everyone it's a slow crawl. It's a slow roll with things. It doesn't mean that it doesn't change. It doesn't happen. But it's not most times overnight. I'm sorry. No matter who you are or what you're doing.
Right.
Anything that seems like it's overnight, I'm telling you, people have been like chipping away at it for like a decade.
Yes.
So it came from somewhere.
It takes time. It really does. And, I admire the work that you're doing in the community and building,
Thank you.
building up, helping to support other circus performers who really give so much, and I think that seeing that gap and filling it is what's so important, taking leadership. And I think the Junior League of Las Vegas does a great job of teaching us that. I've learned so many skills during the decade of being a member, and really, stepping up. Not always is somebody going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, we need somebody to lead this, but to raise your hand and say, I'll do it, and then see what comes from that development, right? I like to say we're always learning, we're always growing. Our journey in life wouldn't be interesting and it wouldn't be fun if we weren't learning and growing every day.
Yes.
I think we all want to be experts fast, to know everything. And I decided a long time ago that I would be, a forever student and step into new situations with that open kind of like childlike learning heart and mind, because that's where the goodness is, it's like being that student all over again.
Yeah.
I still take dance class. I was a professional dancer for ever. And I'm still going there like a beginner, and I'm like, okay, plie and pirouette, and but I think, Junior League provided that opportunity for me to learn, to grow, and to really give back to my community and develop as a woman and help develop other women leaders. So I encourage women out there who are in the Las Vegas area or really anywhere in the country to look up their local chapter. Shenea, I'm semi-recruiting you right now.
She's like, when you no longer have everything on your plate, will you come to Junior League?
You need to come join this wonderful organization.
I would love to.
600 women here in Las Vegas. But yes, it's a great organization. I love giving back to my community. And
you are it. I say that throughout the entire podcast, but it's because she really she
are it.
She stands on business.
You are
she
it.
stands on business. Thank you.
Yes.
But I would, you are someone that says that you're going to do something and you do it. And that means so much. And sometimes I hear that that's not what people get a lot nowadays. That, you get people are a little bit wishy-washy or they say they're going to do something, but then you're looking around for support and you say that you're going to do something and you do it and you look and you discover ways. And I think it's an important thing to remind people. It was, scary for me to think I'm going to step into this and run for office.
Yes.
And I said, you know what? I think that this is time. I think that I can do some good here. And I think that it's necessary and important because I kept saying, I want other women to run for office. I want other performers. I want other entertainers to do it. And I will support you. And then I decided, okay, I will do that. But that is what you mean to me. Yeah. I see you as someone who is deliberate, who's actionable, and stands on where they're going and on their purpose. And I think that's a really great example to set for other women.
And likewise, I think that's why we were instantly hit it off. And we were we speak the same language because it is so important to show up, not just for your community, but for each other.
Yes.
And I think it's so easy to be on that lane of this is what I'm focused on. And we all get busy and it's very easy to get sidetracked, but to really remember what's important.
Yes.
And that, the people around you supporting each other and, helping each other. It's been so awesome to be here and to be on your podcast.
Thank you.
I'm one of those people I listen to podcasts on a daily basis. So to actually sit on this side and be the person that's speaking is really fun.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chekesha, for coming on to the podcast. You were an amazing guest. I'm so grateful to finally have you because you have been on my very short list of people because you have so much to give. And I always say it's 30 minutes is not long enough, for someone who has been as involved and as I think successful and a leader like you have been.
Thank you.
So thank you for giving your time. Thank you everyone for tuning into the Circuspreneur podcast. I'm your host, Shenea Stiletto. Thank you so much to our sponsor, StageLink.com. And thank you also to the Space LV for having us today in your podcast space. We're so grateful. We love it. We feel gorgeous and beautiful. Look at this setup. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Yes, everyone, don't forget about Monday's Dark. Come out, support, give back to the community. And then also to let us know how we can support you. Again, this is why the Circuspreneur podcast exists. This is also why Castango exists, to give back in terms of opportunity. And opportunity means so much to so many people in our industry. So thank you so much. Please stay safe and stay healthy.